Every empire faces this moment, the moment when the world starts whispering, Rome is weakening, Britain is fading, the Soviet Union is unstable. And today, many are saying the same about the United States. You see the headlines: China rising, debt exploding, political polarization deepening, allies questioning reliability, wars dragging on. The narrative feels convincing. But here's the deeper question. Are we witnessing the fall of an empire or the transformation of one? Because history teaches us something powerful. Decline and adaptation look almost identical in real time. Tonight, we go beyond headlines. We analyze structure, power, money, military reach, alliances, technology, and internal stability. This is not emotional commentary. This is strategic assessment. Before judging America, we need standards. Real decline in great powers usually includes loss of economic dominance, military overextension without recovery, collapse of alliance networks, technological stagnation, internal institutional breakdown. Let's look at history. The Roman Empire didn't fall because of one invasion. It eroded economically and politically. The British Empire didn't collapse overnight. After World War II, it was financially exhausted. The Soviet Union didn't fall from external conquest. It imploded from internal economic rigidity. So now ask, is America experiencing structural erosion or cyclical stress? Those are very different phenomena. The United States still maintains the world's largest navy by tonnage, global rapid deployment capability, advanced stealth fleets, space and cyber command infrastructure. No country matches its logistical depth. Even China, despite rapid expansion, is regionally concentrated. However, strategy has shifted. Post-Iraq and Afghanistan, the U.S. is avoiding large occupation wars. Instead, it favors intelligence-sharing military aid, alliance, strengthening naval deterrence. Look at Ukraine. The U.S. supports Ukraine against Russia without direct troop deployment. That reduces cost while maintaining influence. Decline means inability. Recalibration means efficiency. So the question is America weaker or simply avoiding expensive mistakes? China's rise is undeniable. It has become the world's manufacturing powerhouse, built global infrastructure networks, modernized its military, expanded technological research. For the first time in decades, the U.S. has a peer competitor. But here's the nuance. Relative decline is not collapse. If one country rises rapidly, others appear weaker by comparison, even if they remain powerful. The U.S. still dominates. Global venture capital, AI innovation, financial architecture, university research networks. The global system still runs heavily through American institutions. China is rising, but replacing systems is harder than building factories. And institutional dominance is harder to displace than GDP charts. Many argue the dollar is fading. Yes, some nations explore alternatives, but structural reality matters more than political rhetoric. The US dollar remains the dominant reserve currency, central to global trade settlement, critical in energy transactions. When sanctions hit, they work because of dollar leverage. That is financial power projection. If America were truly declining, countries would rapidly abandon U.S. debt markets. Treasury bonds would lose safe haven status. Sanctions would fail. That hasn't happened. There is pressure, but not collapse. Financial systems move slowly, and they require trust. Trust in U.S. institutions remains strong relative to alternatives. Energy vulnerability once constrained American power. Now the U.S. is one of the world's largest energy producers. Energy independence changes geopolitics. It reduces leverage from hostile producers. It stabilizes domestic markets. It increases strategic flexibility. Declining empires depend heavily on external resources. America's energy position suggests resilience, not fragility. This is where the debate becomes serious. Polarization, debt levels, institutional distrust. Internal instability has historically preceded decline, but there's a difference between tension and collapse. The US still maintains independent courts, deep capital markets, private innovation ecosystems, state-level economic power centers. Political division creates noise, but the economic engine continues functioning. The danger would be institutional paralysis. So far, dysfunction exists, but functionality persists. Messy systems are not necessarily failing systems. After the Cold War, America enjoyed unipolar dominance, no rival superpower, unmatched global influence. That era ended. Now we see multipolarity. China rising India, expanding regional blocs, asserting autonomy. Multipolarity feels like decline to a former hegemon, but structurally, the US remains one of the two dominant global poles. It is no longer alone at the top, but it has not fallen from it. Global power is distributing, not collapsing. Notice the pivot. Less Middle East entanglement, more Indo-Pacific focus, more technology controls, more alliance rebuilding. This is repositioning for long-term competition. Declining powers cling to outdated strategies. Adaptive powers shift terrain. The US is prioritizing semiconductor supply chains, naval dominance in the Pacific Alliance coordination against systemic rivals. That signals planning, not panic. So, is America declining? If decline means loss of global military projection, financial system collapse, alliance abandonment, technological stagnation, then no. But if decline means losing monopoly dominance, facing peer competition, navigating internal division, then yes, the era of uncontested supremacy is over. The United States is not collapsing. It is transitioning from unipolar dominance to competitive superpower status. History shows empires fall when they refuse to adapt. The real question is not whether America faces challenges. It does. The real question is, can it out-adapt its rivals? Because in geopolitics, the strongest powers are not those who never face decline narratives. They are the ones who reinvent themselves before decline becomes reality. And right now, America is still very much in the game.